Hi, good day everyone. I'm Homadi Vigneshwaran. Together with my group members, Sharvin, Amalia and Weiki, we will be presenting on ethical controversies during COVID-19 regulation. Now, if you can see here, this is our content and these are the contents that we will be explaining on today in our presentation. So first of all is introduction, problem, background, objectives will be explained by me and others will be continued by my friends. Firstly, I'll be explaining on the introduction for our presentation today. The COVID-19 pandemic brings a global display of ethical controversies. The health threats posed by disease outbreaks and epidemics and the accompanying anxiety are associated with multiple economic risks. The severity in the consequences of such a scenario for the global economy will depend on how well the government measures to support the economy work. However, there are different ways of de facto implementing in such measures. If you can see here, I'll be presenting on the problem background of this presentation, where the medical device industry plays a central role in the provision of healthcare. Globally, the industry is highly competitive and expected to generate more than USD where 400 million. However, as with other areas in healthcare and society, the COVID-19 pandemic has shown the harsh light of vulnerabilities in device regulation and development. On the other hand, the COVID-19 disruption to the medical device industry has yet unknown long-term consequences. In the analysis, we take the ethics perceptions to examine the influence of COVID-19 pandemic in the roles of device companies and representatives. First, we examine whether the consequences and adapting regulation system in response to an emergency conditions may be far-reaching and permanent that intended, putting patients at significant risk and adverse events due to device-related failures. Second, we consider how other adaptation regarding the role and regulations of device representatives may indeed be possible and perhaps should be made permanent. Next, I'll be explaining on the objectives. Now, I'll be letting you know the main purpose of these objectives are to ensure the relationship between humans and religion in ethical controversies during COVID-19 regulation. Second, to identify the importance of value system and ethics in ethical controversies during COVID-19 regulation. Lastly, to support the investigational and studies concerning the role of science in life during COVID-19 regulation.
Science and technology have always been humanity's most powerful weapons against the pandemic, and many countries have put them to good use to win the fight against COVID-19. Since the outbreak of pandemic, a lot of countries have been promoting the research and development of medicines, vaccines, and testing reagents for the novel coronavirus. And during the fight against COVID-19, scientific research has been directed toward clinic treatment and virus prevention and control practice. Nucleic acid test kits were developed soon after the outbreak, and multiple pieces of testing equipment and reagents were quickly made available. And the scientists and doctors have spared no efforts in testing and screening effective drugs and exploring new treatment methods. Based on scientific experiment and clinical trials, they have summarized the 10 therapies, including chloroquine and traditional Chinese medicine. We all know that science and technology make life easier and more comfortable for humans. Science and technology enable us to save both time and money. Let's look at how science affects our daily life that related to this pandemic. The first one is COVID-19 vaccine. Let's see what benefits human being can get from getting vaccine against COVID-19. The first one is COVID-19 vaccines available in the United States are safe and are effective at protecting people from getting seriously ill, being hospitalized, and even dying. And the second one is getting children and teens vaccinated against COVID-19 can help keep them from getting very sick if they do get COVID-19. And the third one is vaccinating children can also help relieve the strain on families by providing greater confidence in children participating in child care, school, and other activities. And the first one is COVID-19 vaccine can offer added protection to people who had COVID-19, including protecting against being hospitalized from the new infection, especially as variants continue to emerge.
Hello, good morning to everyone, and my name is Sharwin, and today I'm going to talk about the relevant information and the reference we use for this proposal. Okay, below there's an ethical consideration to guide to use of digital proximity tracking technologies of COVID-19 contact tracking. So below there's a background for the from the World Health Organization, and right after that, addressing volatile ethical issue of COVID-19 with the core 5 enduring value list for healthcare professionals. And right beside there's some references which is used for our proposal.